Hi guys, so new phone, so this is going to be interesting. So technically it's still Yule. Well, there's 12 nights of Yule, but anyway, I thought that I would come on and yeah, that's upside down. Do a Yule reading for you guys, so we show the decks. Shoot. Oh yeah, the Mystic Forest Oracle. My mom got me this for my birthday. And then of course we have the Bestiary. And then this is the Sacred Forest Oracle. That was also one my mom got me. And then this was like my first Oracle deck. I haven't used this in a long time. I figured go for nature and gardens. So the Druid Animal Oracle. I've had this thing for years. I haven't used it in a minute. Then of course we have Spirit Song Tarot. And this one I just got, back in October. My mom, when she was here, she got me this. And I haven't used it yet. So this is going to be like the first time I use this deck. I would do a walkthrough, but nobody ever seems to like walkthroughs. So, anyway, there's that. Then, of course, I have my, my Druidcraft Tarot. And then I'm going to use, my Tarot of the Witch's Garden. And then I'm going to be using the As Above from the Book of Shadows Tarot. So let's get into the reading, shall we? Okay, so with the As Above, So Below, again, there's more than one interpretation to the card. So we have a lot to do here with organization, problem solving, either because you or someone around you has been through something, some type of betrayal or some type of trauma. So, you're multitasking, maybe overly over multitasking. This also could have a lot to do with study. And trying to get things accomplished, and someone's probably doing that just a little too much. Let's see. Yeah. Making lists, research, and making connections. A lot to do also with community. Again, someone, either you or someone around you, is kind of going through something right now. With this, I'm not going to do the books today because I planned on doing this earlier when I had sunlight, and, this has a lot to do. You need to do some type of smoke cleansing, circle casting. A lot of us during this time of year are doing the burning of our ritual, our intentions, and doing our wishes and all of that kind of stuff. Calling your corners, all of that. So someone is needing to reconnect with that. Also calling back your power, and kind of repelling a lot of negative stuff. So around this time of year, somebody might want to do something around their home and kind of getting back their strength and getting back their power. And with this, and with this card. So there's a lot to do. Oh, it's upside down. Jeez. Crystal work, herb work, whatever you've got, um, you know, available to you, you need to be doing that, especially something with pine around this time of year, because that's protective, and pine cones, whether you burn pine cones or set some out, or doing something with pine cones, doing some kind of protective work, taking shelter, a lot to do with ancestry and roots. Of course, you have the robins up here, and that has a lot to do with rebirth. And of course, here with the rabbit, and the trees, and of course the moon. So someone is, or some others are watching out for you as you just kind of hunker down and take shelter. Maybe focus on you and those within your circle right now. And then of course we have the hawk, and it's not this is that. So someone, you're overdoing it when it comes to organizing. If you ever read the story about the stone soup, because it's not, the lady that she was poor and all she had was some stones to cook in her broth. You don't have to be that lady. Taking a drink here. You don't have to be that lady, or that gentleman who's got to have control. Remember and understand the importance of stone soup with community, and letting others contribute to whatever you've got going on, whether it's holiday celebration. Of course, here we got the fires going and stuff, and the hawk is just kind of overseeing everything. You don't have to do that. You're doing too much. You're overdoing it a little bit. And then here with the barn owl, this one always with the smoke, it gives me like the wisdom, the old owl. If you ever saw Secret of NIMH, and I can just hear that owl. Oh, that was creepy. But if you've never seen that, this has a lot to do, again, with clearing off the cobwebs, because he was just covered in cobwebs. If you ever saw that card, it was a kid's show back, like when I was a kid. And the heart up here, this has a lot to do with keeping your heart guarded and keeping your heart in a safe place, or your heart chakra, rather. Again, you're going to be in a situation where you just may have to take what you value and get the heck out of Dodge. With the scroll, something with your spell work that you're working on, or a message that you're supposed to be receiving. Again, with the fire and the candles, because a lot of us are doing a lot of that type of work and doing a lot with our candles. And again, with the smoke cleansing, you really need to be focusing on that. You've got some negative stuff going on there. And with this card, the rainbow waterfall, you've been wishing for something, because with a lot of times butterflies are the ones that help get the wishes up there. Again, with the rainbow bridge, another thing though too with the owl, because these are kind of going together here. In a lot of cultures, owls represent death. Santissima Muerte, Hecate, a lot of those goddesses are attributed with owls. Another thing, because I just happened to glance at my paper and forgot this, being observant, you got to kind of have that third eye activated, and seeing in the dark. just kind of watching, because somebody's watching you with that third eye. So, or that that night vision type of thing. So that's something that you would also need to be aware of. And of course, with the Rainbow Bridge, it's normally associated with animals, but but there's been something that you've been wishing for and wanting, and that's going to come true. And of course, with water, the element, considering emotion, there might be something with maybe a pet that you had that's no longer there, that's trying to send you a message. And then we have instant manifestation. It's really hard. This has a lot to do with dream work and healing. I'm going to read the thing here in a second. Because of all the purple, this time of year, a lot of us have a lot of trouble going outside. You might want to consider burning some lavender or something to do with lavender for spirit. Because, this is really, a lot of us have a hard time getting out and being about with the weather being what it has been, which is why I've been sick as a dog. 15 one day and 50 the next. It's driving me insane. So, soul and mind working together to create a dream in the heart. You have nothing to lose. You carry the dream. Your intuition is pure. Be ready to receive. So yeah, a lot to do here with following your intuition, and something that you've been striving for, more than likely probably around the first part of the year, for you. So, and on to part 2. Okay, so I got the runes out. I want to start getting reacquainted with doing runes again. Of course, I've got my witch's runes, and then these my kid got me for Mother's Day, or an oddity thing. So forgive me, because I've not done runes in a minute, so I know my pronunciations are gonna suck. But I want to start getting reacquainted with these again. So obviously this has to do with feminine, a woman, given. But there's a new beginning coming. There's obviously some types of maybe some reconnection with the spirit world, because this rune does have a lot to do with that, and with insecurities, and reconnecting with the spirit world. And of course, the feminine rune. And Kimaz, watch me screw this up. It's weird because it came out like that, but I know it's supposed to be facing this way. So, this has a lot to do with creativity and tech and all that type of thing. But yet you have the shield here. I cannot pronounce this. I'm going to have to go back and listen to the rune things so I get my pronunciations correctly. And about shielding and I can't with the pronunciations. So and this one's about tech. So someone maybe with your social media, you need to put up some protections also, and do some shielding. when it comes to your social media, just because you have this rune in this rune. So whatever you're doing on social media, you need to be putting up some protections, because I can speak from experience that you have a, when it comes to the negativity and the energy from people on social media. Yeah, you need to do a lot of cleansing, because you don't know what kind of stuff people are throwing out there. Yeah, look at my dry hands. It's winter. So you might want to be really careful with that. And as far as like what you're doing and what you're putting out there on your social media too. Maybe you're getting some help with some spirit communication, but whatever you got going on, obviously there's going to be some new beginnings probably after the holidays. But anyway, struggling with this new phone. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully trying to get some things situated and feeling better, and now that I can actually use my hand, because I fell, slipped on some ice, and I fell. I'll put these away, and didn't have the use of my arm for a bit. Yeah, blindness and ice don't mix. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was, insightful for you. But please like, comment, and subscribe. And peace, love, and light. Now that I got this new phone, I'll have some better things with editing. So thanks a lot, guys.